Thank you so much for stopping by my channel, 521 Investment. I'm going to read my disclaimer. 521 Investment is not a financial advisor. The content on this YouTube videos are for educational purpose only and merely cite my own personal opinions. In order to make the best financial decision that suits your own needs, you must conduct your own research and seek the advice of a licensed financial advisor if necessary. Always remember to make smart decisions and do your own research. Some of the links on 521 Investment may be affiliate links, meaning at no additional cost to you, I may earn a commission if you click through and make a purchase and or subscribe. However, this does not impact my personal opinion. Today's video is going to be about FinFluencer's. FinFluencer's. Now, this is on the SEC website discussed at the meeting held on 10 December 2024 by the Investors Advisory Committee. Now, the Investors Advisory Committee focus on investor-related interests, and they advise the Commission on regulatory priorities and various initiatives to help protect investors and promote integrity of the U.S. securities markets. Recommendations of the Disclosure Subcommittee, so they have a subcommittee of the SEC Investors Advisory Committee regarding, here it is, the protection of investors in their interactions with FinFluencers. I'm going to read that again. It's for the protection of investors in their interactions with FinFluencers. Now, social media has not only transformed the way we communicate and share information, but has also impacted the world of investing. Now, you know that statement is true. Social media has made it easier to invest. It's not complicated to make an investment. Again, it's not complicated at all. The FINRA, or Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, Investors Educational Foundation found, listen to this, that 60% of younger investors at the age of 35, which are considered millennial investors. So 35 years and younger, they are considered millennial investors, are getting investment information from social media, and that investors of color are more likely than white investors to rely on social media, mobile trading apps, online videos for investment advice. So somewhere somebody did some research and they found by the study that millennials 35 years and younger are getting their investment advice from social media, and that people of color are relying on social media apps and videos for investment advice. On the surface, when you look at it, that's not negative. That's not negative. If you're not using your traditional avenue for investment advice. So if 60% of millennials are getting their information that way, 40% of non-millennials are getting advice, according to this, from traditional ways you may get investment advice. Now, let's read on. This has led to a number of financial influencers or FinFluencers. Now, they are individuals who, by virtue of their popularity or cultural status, have the ability to influence the financial decision making of others through promotions or recommendation on social media. Other words, what they are saying, the FinFluencers, the people who have a big following on social media, can influence decision makings of others through promotions or recommendations. And I'm going to share this with you. It's not wise, I think. It doesn't matter how popular some celebrity is that you see on TV or social media that's giving you some type of what? Financial advice. Just because they're popular, they're a celebrity, a lot of times they're paid endorsement. They're getting paid to give out that information. So it's always good to do your own research, not just because a person is popular to get financial advice. And I'm not saying that a celebrity won't give you good financial advice. But the point I'm making here is you have to do your own research. Now, while there is helpful and educational information available through social media, I want to say this: 5-to-Win Investment will focus on educational information. That's the whole purpose of my channel. It's educational information, because I believe the more financial education that you get and you understand, you're able to make a quality decision in investing. Again, the more education that you get, you're able to make a more quality decision. That's what you want to make, a quality decision. Now, some financial influencers, according to this commission, are promoting strategies that are inappropriate for many investors, and that's mostly retail investors. They are giving all type of strategies, and you should use some type of strategy in investing. But they are saying they are promoting strategies that are inappropriate. They are complex strategies that many investors don't have a clue what's going on. Because they hear somebody, some celebrity, some financial influencer has some type of strategy and it's complicated and you don't understand it, it's influencing you to make a decision that you don't understand. Again, the strategy, there's nothing wrong with the strategy. But if someone is promoting a strategy and you don't understand it, how can you make a good financial decision? It's something you don't understand. You have to do some type of research and find out what they're talking about, especially when you're dealing with options. And options can be complicated. And I'm not saying you shouldn't invest in options. But a lot of times, and I listen, the people talk about option trading and they don't understand the basic financial language. They don't understand income, expense, debt, cash flow, and you're gonna come telling me about options, which I have no problem with you trading options, investing in options, or trading, day trading. That's not the issue. The issue is education. Do you understand at least the foundation of what you're trying to do? Without a firm foundation, how can you stand in the investment world? How can you stand on a firm investment foundation when you don't understand the language. Now, social media platforms have a very low barrier to entry, making them appealing to scammers. There's a lot of people on social media, guys and gals, they're scammers. They're scams. A lot of them are scams. As well, there's many out there that have hidden agendas and or undisclosed conflicts of interest. It is difficult for retail investors to distinguish between content from truthful, regulated firms, content from legitimate amateur investors, and content from deliberate fraudsters. Now, the key here is content. How can you and I distinguish between what's true and what's not true unless we empower ourselves through education? You got to get some books. You got to read. I have to read. I got to empower myself. I'm not going to just take an investment advice from some celebrity. You may do it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to empower myself and make a good quality decision. And again, I want to say this. Don't pay for some type of investment advice when it's free. Why pay $19.99 from some strategy, some online financial influencers that's promoting, and it's free? It's free. All you have to do is do some research. Why pay $19.99 for some strategy that seems like a good strategy? And if you and I do research, you'll find it's free. You just got to dedicate some time, read, empower yourself, and you say, man, this is free. My point I'm making is, don't pay for something that may be free. You just have to do some research. All right, I'm going to get off that. Now, the Investors Advisory Committee at their recommendation that was on 10 December, these are some of the things that they are recommending, and they want to see change. Now, number one, the SEC should engage in rulemaking and advocacy to close existing regulatory gaps in FinFluencer's oversight. They should gather and publish data related to FinFluencer's misconduct. Also, issues guidance related to FinFluencer's activities. Provide and encourage investors' education. Now, that's an important one. Cooperate with other regulators and stakeholders to improve investors' protection. Now, the last one, the SEC should study whether existing anti-fraud, anti-manipulation provision are sufficient to protect investors. Now, these are recommendations held at the meeting, recommendation to that subcommittee. Again, when this information becomes public, I'll make a video and try to put it in a language where you can understand. I'll break it down, because a lot of times, a lot of the SEC recommendation information is like it's wrote in riddles, and you got to just decipher the riddle, and I'll try to break it down. Now, please subscribe, share this video. Until we meet again, peace.